Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. So today we start the new topic, which is fifth and sixth topic. We combinedly take fifth and sixth topic, and thereby we see conditional probability. And uh, the second point that we are going to see, which is independence, conditional independence, then Bayes theorem, and lastly we see the Bernoulli trials. Okay, so here means for the probability we directly take the means how many events are happened and total number of sample space. So based on that we compute the probability. But in the conditional probability we require the knowledge of previous, means knowledge of occurrence of the event B may change the probability of occurrence of event A. Means we uh, have knowledge about the previous event, and based on that event we try to get the next event. Okay, so the thing is that we can read it as the conditional probability of A given B. So already B event has occurred, and we try to get the probability of A, okay, given that B, and it is represented as probability of A given B. Okay. So given that event B has occurred, the sample point corresponding to the outcome. We know that what is the sample space, then what is the event. So these things we know that, and outcome is when we toss a coin, the outcome is either head or tail. Okay, so such outcome of trial must be in B and cannot be in B bar. B bar means complement of B. Those outcome present in a B that cannot be in a B bar. Okay, so we can have the definition of this as a probability of S given B is equal to probability of S divided by B, probability of B, if S means sample point in a sample space. Means suppose we toss a coin, what is the sample space, head or tail? If we toss coin two times or simultaneously we toss coin, then we can say that head head, head tail, tail head, and tail tail. Four outcomes are there. So if the yes means sample point belongs to B, then we have this definition, probability of yes divided by probability of B. Otherwise zero. If yes belongs to B complement means uh, the sample point which is not present in a yes, then we have zero. Okay, so we do not go into the details of this derivation. We can directly see that probability of A given B is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. And here condition is that it should not be, the probability of B
हेलो सर, आवाज नहीं।
Hello. Now are you able to hear me?
Hello, sir.
Mm, I need to repeat. So this conditional probability, uh, actually we are going to model number 2.15. Uh, in that we going to see this conditional probability. So many times with this we need this uh, we need this thing means concept in order to understand different logistic regression in machine learning data or image processing in some uh, like application we need some conditional probability test. So in that case this is very much okay. So the definition of this conditional probability is that conditional probability given B equal to conditional probability of A given B is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. This is the definition of conditional probability, and here the condition is that probability of B is not equal to 0. It is undefined otherwise. At the denominator we have 0, then you get the infinity here. Okay, so this means it is undefined. So that condition here is that we do not allow 0 at the denominator. We'll finish this session before means at the 2:10. And so after rearranging the terms, I'll just show you the. So the definition for this is probability of A given B is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. Okay, so here the condition is that at the denominator we do not have 0. So uh, here probability of B not equal to 0. Now what we can do, we just take this probability of B at this side and then we rearrange the terms. So probability of A given B, sorry, probability of A intersection B, probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of A given B into probability of B. So we just rearranging the term, nothing else. We have not done anything else over here. Okay, so this is intersection. A intersection B is equal to A given B into probability of B. Similarly, we have so here condition is that probability of B not equal to 0. Again, we have one more formula, which is probability of B given A, B given A into probability of A. So when we say B given A, at that time A intersection, the numerator term becomes as it is, but at the denominator we change this to instead of probability of B we take the probability of B and 0 otherwise. Okay, so these are the three conditions. Here probability of B is not equal to 0, and here probability of A not equal to 0, because at the denominator we have probability of A, so it is not equal to 0. Okay, so this is the, after rearrangement of this definition, we yields the multiplication rule. So by using this multiplication rule, probability of A intersection B is equal to probability of B into probability of A given B. If probability of B not equal to 0, then probability of A into probability of B given A, if PA is not equal to 0 and 0 otherwise. Okay, so let's take one example. We are given a box containing 5,000 VLSI chips, 1,000 of which manufactured by company X and rest by company Y. So we just, sorry, total chips manufactured 5,000. Out of that, X company has manufactured 1,000 chips, and remaining of these 5,000 which is manufactured by Y company, which is 4,000. Out of 5,000, 1,000 manufactured by X and 4,000 manufactured by Y. Okay, now 10% chip made by X are defective and 5% chips made by company Y. So 10% of this, which is 100. 10% means 1000 into 0.1, which is 100, and 5% of Y company chips are defective. That means 4,000 into 0.05, which is 200. Okay, so these are the defective chips produced by company X and Y. So this is defective. Now next, if randomly chosen chip is found to be defective, find the probability that it came from company X. Okay. So we have to find out the, here we need to find out the probability of X, means the chip is from company X, given that it is defective. Okay, so X company has produced different chips, and from that chips we have given that it is a defective. So we have to find out this probability X given D. I'll just read again this question. We are given a box containing 5,000 VLSI chips, 1,000 of which are manufactured by company X and rest by company Y. 10% of the chips made by company X are defective. So out of 1,000, 10% are defective, means 100, and 5% by chips made by company are 0.05, which is 200. If randomly chosen chip found to be defective, find the probability that it came from company X. So we have to find out the probability of X given D. Okay, now X given D, as per the formula for the conditional probability, X intersection D divided by probability of D. Okay, so this is formula for the conditional probability. Now we have to find out the probability of D. Okay, so these are the defective pieces, 100 and 200. Okay, total 300. Out of 5,000, 300 chips are defective. So 300 divided by 5,000. Okay, and next thing is that we need to find out X intersection D. Okay, so X intersection D, probability of X intersection D, total. Okay, so let's see over here, 300 divided by 5,000. Now event A intersection B or X intersection D, the chip is made by company X and is defective. So out of 5,000 chips, 100 chips are qualified for the this statement. Means total chips are 5,000. Out of that, the uh, chip is defective and is made by company X. Okay, so that means 5%, 10% of the total chips made by company X are defective. So we are not considering here only X, but total chips we are considering. So X intersection D, which is 100 divided by 5,000. Okay, now we got all the values. So 300 divided by 5,000 and 100 divided by 5,000. So here we can get that 100 divided by 5,000, which is equal to here 100 divided by 5,000 divided by 300 by 5,000. So 5,000 gets cancelled. Remaining is 1 by 3. Means 100 by 300. So 0 gets cancelled over here. We get 1 by 3. So which is here. Probability of A given B is equal to A intersection B divided by probability of B, which is 1 by 3. Okay, so this is how we solve the problems of conditional probability. Now we move to the next point, which is independence of the event. So we have seen that it is possible for probability of an event A to decrease or increase that event B has occurred. Okay. So here, okay, let's take this one. So after solving this probability A given B, thus the knowledge of occurrence of B has increased the probability of occurrence of event A. Okay. So probability of occurrence of event A. So when we have knowledge of B, we know that B has already happened. Then it has increased the probability of A. So how it is increased? Probability of A is, so here is equal to 0.2, and now here probability of A is equal to 0.2. So just here I have just used different notation. X is A and Y is B. Okay, in that book it has used different notation, and now means here we have used different notation. Let it be, it's just notation, we are using the same thing. Okay, so what is the probability of X? X is probability of X is 1000 divided by 5000, which is 0.2. Okay, 0.2 is there. I'll just write down here. Probability of X is equal to, X ची probability किती आहे? 1000. Total is X. X is 1000, and out of 5000, okay, we can say it as a 1/5. But here what is given that uh, only we are looking for the probability of X, but one more additional thing is given, that the chip that we are taking out which is defective, means we have given additional knowledge. We are finding out the probability of X itself, but giving the additional knowledge, like we know that the chip is defective. Okay, additionally we know that chip is defective, so that the probability is here 1/5, and by giving additional knowledge we are getting the 1/3, means 1/3, which is 0.33, and here 1/5, which is 0.2. Okay, so the probability is higher here by giving the additional knowledge, and probability is lower by having the less knowledge. Okay, so same thing is mentioned over here. We have seen that it is possible that probability of A to decrease or increase given that event B has occurred. If the probability of occurrence of an event A does not change regardless of whether B has occurred, we are likely to conclude that two events are independent. If suppose the probability is unchanged, so here the probability is changed from 0.2 to 0.33, it has changed. Okay, if it is not changing, then we can say that the two events are independent. Thus uh, we define two events A and B if and only if probability of A given B is equal to probability of A. Okay, that means we do not apply the formula like probability of A given B is equal to A intersection B divided by probability of B. So we do not apply that formula. We are just looking for the here independent case. We are just looking for that whatever the previous probability is there, same probability we are carry forwarding, even though we know the we get the knowledge about the other variable. Okay, that means A given B is equal to probability of T. From the definition of conditional probability, we have provided probability of A not equal to 0 and probability of B not equal to 0. So therefore, A intersection B is equal to probability of A into B given A. So same thing, same formulas we are using as that of previous formulas. So from this we conclude that condition for independence of A and B can also given either as a probability of A given B is equal to PA, or A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B. Okay, so note that A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B given A if probability of A not equal to 0. Okay, regardless of whether A and B are independent. Okay, but A intersection B is equal to PA into PB holds only when A and B are independent. In fact, this next section we are going to see the definition of this problem independence. Okay, so independence event A intersection B is equal to probability of A into probability of B. Okay, and this is symmetric equation. We can either use as a probability of B into probability of A, or probability of A into probability of B, because it is a independent event and symmetric. It is symmetric. So now we can prove this by using uh, by applying the more condition like A intersection B and A intersection B bar. So on applying the condition, we can get that this probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B is equal to probability of A. Okay, so now we see the example of the independence. I'll just read the example. A micro and random access main memory chip. So the CPU chip is selected from lot of 100, 10 of which are defective. Okay. So two types of chips are there. One is RAM and CPU chip. Second one is CPU chip. Okay. So CPU chip selected from lot of 100, 10 of which are defective. Okay. 100 out of 100, 10 are defective for the CPU chip, and memory chip or RAM, we call it as a RAM, is selected from lot of 300, 15 of which are defective. Okay. So out of 300, 15 from lot of memory chip or RAM are defective. So define A to B event that the selected CPU is defective. So we need to find out the probability that the selected CPU is defective, and let be the event the selected memory chip is defective. So we can call this event as a B. Then probability of A, uh, sorry, this is event A is CPU, about the CPU chip, and event B is about the memory chip, okay, which is B. So probability of A is 10 upon 100. Similarly, probability of B is equal to 15 upon 300. Okay. So since two chips are selected from different lots, we may expect the event A and B to be independent. Okay. So it has a it has selected from RAM, or and second thing, it has selected from the CPU chip, so we can call it as a independent. Okay, so this is checked since there are 10 into 15 ways of choosing defective chips. Okay. So as we know that from the CPU 10 are defective and 15 are from the RAM. So the number of ways to select defective chip is 10 into 15, and out of total, so there are total 100 into 300 ways of choosing two chips. Okay. So 100 into 300 is for the total, and 10 into 15 for the choosing defective. Okay, so A intersection B, A event is the selected chip is CPU chip is defective, and event B is the selected memory chip is defective. Okay. So A intersection B is equal to 10 into 15 divided by 100 into 300, which is equal to 0.005. Okay, equal to 0.10 into 0.05. Okay, I think it is clear to all about this example. Now let's consider a few points about the independence. Okay. So first point is, if A and B are two mutually exclusive event. Okay. What is mutually exclusive event? There is no common thing between two events. Then we call it as a mutually exclusive event. Like A intersection B is equal to 5, which implies that probability of A intersection B is equal to 0. Okay. So now if they are independent as well, then either probability of A is equal to 0 and probability of B is equal to 0. Okay, if they are independent, means intersection is 0. Like here in this case, formula is this. Okay. जर समजा इथं काय कॉमनच नसेल x intersection D, there is no common thing between these two, then we can say that either x is equal to D, x probability of x is equal to 0, or probability of D is equal to 0, because nothing is common between them. So this is first point. Second point, if an event A is independent of itself, that is A and A are independent. So till now we have considered two different events and they are independent from each other. If the event is independent of itself, then uh, we call it as a probability of A is equal to 0 or probability of A is equal to 1. Okay, either it is 0 or 1. So since assumption of independence yields A intersection A is equal to probability of A into probability of A, or probability of A is equal to probability of A square, as we know that it is 0 or 1. Okay. So if the event A, and third point is, if the event A and B are independent and event B and C are independent, then event A and C need not be independent. So in earlier paragraph we have seen that it is symmetric. Okay, so these thing are, or these relations are symmetric, but they are not transitive. Okay. If A and B are independent of each other, B and C are independent of each other, even though they are independent of each other, we do not have the condition that A and C are independent of each other. Okay, so they are mutually they are not dependent, or need not be independent. In some cases it might be a dependent, but many a cases it will not be a dependent. Then fourth point, if the event A and B are independent, then So are the event A bar and B. So if A and B are independent, then various combination of its are also independent, like A bar B, B bar A, and A bar B bar. So they are also independent. So to show the independence of events A bar and B, note that A intersection B and A bar intersection B are mutually exclusive events whose union is B. Okay, so if uh, A intersection B and A bar intersection B, if they are mutually exclusive, then their union is B. So we can say that probability of B is equal to in A intersection B and A bar intersection B. Now by simplifying this, we can get that probability of A into probability of B plus probability of A bar intersection B. Okay, since A and B are independent, this implies that probability of A bar intersection B is equal to PB minus probability of A into probability of B. Okay. So we just take this probability of B outside and we get 1 minus probability of A. Okay, and which is equal to probability of B into probability of A bar, which establishes the independence between A bar and B bar. Okay, as per the definition, these things are independent with each other. So hence we have proved this thing over here. Okay. So let's take example. Consider the experiment of rolling two dice. Let the sample space yes is equal to let the sample space yes is equal to I comma j such that 1 less than is equal to I comma j less than is equal to 6. Okay. Was 1 less than is equal to I comma j less than is equal to 6, because here there are 6 faces of die. Okay, so that's why we are starting from 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 4. Okay, and they are the I comma j. Also assume that each sample point is assigned a probability of 1 by 36. Okay, as per the combination, we have the like first when we roll a die, initially we get 1. On second roll also we get 1. Then 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4, 1 comma 5, 1 comma 6. Okay, likewise we can get the 36 such uh, combination. Okay, and therefore the probability is 1 by 36. Define the events such as first die result in a 1 2 or 3. So I'll just show you what is the sample space for this. Okay, so when we roll a dice, we can get like 1 comma 1, 1 comma 6. 1. आता हे किती आहे टोटल 36. 1,1 1,2 1 अप टू 1,6 2,1 3,1 4,1 5,1 6,1 and here 6,6. Okay, so first event is first die result in 1, 2 or 3. First die result in 1, 2 and 3. 2,1 3, okay, so it is like this event is 1,1 2,2 2,1 and 3,1. So total first, what is this event? First die result in 1, 2 or 3. So first die result in 1, 2 or 3. That means 6 point here, 6 point here and 6 point at the third row. Total 18 divided by 36. Total 18 divided by 36. Okay, so this is 1 by 30, not 1 by 36, 18 divided by 36. Total 18 होते पॉइंट, त्यातले डिवाइड बाय 36 मीन्स 2. The probability of A काढले का नाही बहुतेक. It is 1 by 2. Similarly, first die result in 3, 4 or 5. पहिली die आहे ती 3, 4 किंवा 5 असते. म्हणजे 3,1 3,2 3,3 3,4 3,5 3,6 हे सगळे चालू झाले. देन 4,1 4,2 4,3 4,4 4,5 4,6 हे दोन झाले आणि थर्ड 5,1 5,2 5,3 सॉरी 4 5 and 6 4 5 and 6 हे तीन चे रोज किती एलिमेंट आहेत टोटल 18. So to B event B, which is also having the probability 1 by 2 means 18 by 36, and C is the sum of two faces is 9. Okay, दोन फेस चं सम 9 असलं पाहिजे, and it is like C. दोन 4 5 5 4 नंतर 6 3 3 6. ओके, असं वेगवेगळे कॉम्बिनेशन जिथं आपलं काय होते टू फेसेस, सम ऑफ टू फेसेस इज 9. सच तीन 6 6 3 वेगवेगळ्या व्हॅल्यू येतील ह्याच्यामध्ये 4 5 5 4. आणि त्यातलं मग आपल्याला काय करायला लागेल, ए इंटरसेक्शन बी, ए इंटरसेक्शन सी, बी इंटरसेक्शन सी आणि ए इंटरसेक्शन बी इंटरसेक्शन सी. आता इफ we have to find out whether they are independent with each other, then they are giving us the result, same result, a into b, a into c, b into c is same as that of their intersection result. Okay, but they are not giving that means if the event a1 a2 up to an such that every pair is independent, then such events are called as pairwise event, and it does not follow that the list of events is mutually exclusive event. So these events are mutually exclusive but not pairwise events. Then next is next example 1.11. Some one point after. Okay, so this is example 1.11. Consider the above experiment of tossing two dice. First die result in 1, 2 or 3. Second die results in 4, 5 or 6, and sum of the two faces is 7. So we can get here the probability of A into B, which is A intersection B, A into C, which is intersection A intersection B, and B into C, which is B intersection C. And it is giving us the same result, like probability of A intersection B. Okay. And but previously A intersection B intersection C, which is equal to the same as that of probability of A into probability of B into probability of C. हे तिन्हीचं मल्टिप्लिकेशन इक्वल होतं, पण ह्याच्यामध्ये these are called as pair by independent but not mutually independent. So previously the events were mutually independent but not pairwise independent. So this is the second example. First consider series string. If the reliability, if we want to consider the reliability, then probability the system is functioning properly, which is equal to A1 intersection A2 up to AN, and equal to probability of A1 into A2 into AN. Okay, and that is the product, or I is equal to 1 to N Ri. Here to this point we can stop over here. Any doubt till this point? We have discussed 2 points. One is conditional probability and independence. Any doubt is there? Okay, if there is no doubt, then you can leave the meeting.